Once again, we may have your attention, Rock Masters and Rotex Masters. You're on the grid. Rotex Junior, you are pre-grid. At this time, we'd ask that everybody please rise as we now welcome in Chaplain Phil Green from Racers for Christ for our invocation. Again, we ask gentlemen, please remove your caps.
Thank you. Would everybody please bow with me? Dear Lord, we thank you for this day. Thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to be here this weekend doing what we love to do, Lord, and that's racing. Lord, thank you for keeping the bad weather away from us, Lord, so this event will run smooth. Lord, thank you for this facility and the staff here that's working hard for us to make this a fair and safe and fun event for each of us. And Lord, having just celebrated the 4th of July, we need to be thankful for our country that we live in, Lord. Lord, it's got its challenges and its problems, but Lord, I can't think of any better place to live. Lord, I just thank you for the men and women who have fought to give us the freedoms we have here. And Lord, I ask that you keep safe the men and women that are fighting for those freedoms as we speak. Now, Lord, as we're about to start the finals today, I pray for safety for each driver and each crew member here today and each family. Lord, not only on the racing surface, but in the pits as well. I know there's many injuries that happen in the pits as well, Lord. So wrap your arms around this facility and provide safety for each of us. Lord, I thank you again for this day. And, Lord, I ask that you lead, guide, and direct us. And whatever may happen today, I pray all the glory go to you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Once again, a special thanks to Chaplain Phil Green, Racers for Christ. At this time, we ask you to please continue to stand for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's go racing. Once again, good afternoon, and we are set to go for our finals. Special thanks to Chaplain Phil Green, Racers for Christ. Again, if you see Chaplain around, please give him a special thanks for spending the weekend here with us in Ocala. Cannot thank the folks from Racers for Christ enough. As we're set to go, up first will be your Rotex Masters, and they'll be with the Rock Masters. We'll need Rotex Junior. You are pre-grid, so we're set to go 14-lap finals. So we are ready to go. 14 laps. This will be Rotex Masters, Rock Masters. Up front, it'll be your Rock Masters, Francois Bonwibo in the 07, Michael Saxon in the 11, Hankinson in the 52. Rotex Masters, Scott Roberts in the 628, Kevin Coy in the 15. Row 2, Ricky Brooks in the 69, Robert Mayer in the 629. Row 3, Philip Pierce in the 5, Jerry Brown in the 600. Two groups. Up first will be your Rock Masters. There's your first group coming down the front stretch, 14 laps. Francois, fast time earlier in qualifying, wins the pre-final, and he'll take the green. There is your Rock Masters group. They'll work their way into turn number 1. Francois going to head through the chicane. Here comes your Rotex Masters. Scott Roberts, Kevin Coy, row number 1. They'll approach the start-finish line. They'll pick up the green. Scott Roberts going to hug that low side into turn 1. He's got the advantage. He'll be your early leader through the chicane. Rotex Junior, Rock Senior. That'll be Rotex Junior. You're on the grid. Rock Senior, you're pre-grid. So off to a good start, Scott Roberts. Kevin Coy going to make that exchange for second. He'll pop into second. There's Francois Bonwibo. That is your Rotex. Oh, correct, that'll be your Rock Masters leader. Francois going to come down the front stretch. There's your leader into turn 1. So Francois Bonwibo, that is your Rock Masters leader. There's Francois now working into that S-turn. Up front in your Rotex Masters, it'll be Scott Roberts. Rotex Junior, you're on the grid. That'll be Rotex Junior. You are on the grid. And Roberts continued to show the way. Rotex Masters. Scott, a 3-time winner this season. He's had back-to-back wins. Scored a win at Fort Myers. Backed it up in Monticello. And he's your current points leader. Kevin Coy starting this weekend second in the point standings. Kevin coming off a couple very good runs in the last 2 events. Kevin finishing third at Fort Myers race weekend 3, second at Monticello. Right now, Kevin Coy being scored third in your Rotex Masters. That'll be the 629 running second of Robert Mayer. Robert making his third start in the Rotex Masters. He's been pretty well dialed in. A couple second-place finishes for Robert. In the meantime, he's looking for that top spot now. He'll make the pass coming off that S-turn. So brand new leader coming into the tree turn. That'll be Robert Mayer in the 629. So Mayer, your brand new leader. Roberts back to second, Coy third. Jerry Brown will be in that 4th place position. So how about that? Mayer looking for his first win of the season. He's got Roberts in behind him, but it'll be Coy. Those drivers through the chicane. Continue to be your leader in your Rock Masters. That's Francois Bonwibo. Bonwibo off of turn number 1. And Roberts trying to do something there with the 629 of Robert Mayer. Mayer, last time he drove with us, that was back in Fort Myers. Has a couple races under his belt this season in your Rotex Masters. So 7 laps in, 7 to go. Brian Weibo, your leader, Rock Masters. Right now, got a good one going for Rotex Senior. Well, correct, that'll be Rotex Masters. It is Mayer, your leader. Roberts running second, Coy running third, Jerry Brown running fourth. Fifth, it'll be the 5 of Pierce. There's Jerry, he'll pick up the halfway sign. And Scott Roberts, early race leader. Right now running second, stays in behind Mayer through the top of the S-turn, off the top of the S-turn. About a cart length from first to second as they head to the tree turn. 6 laps to go for your leaders. Rotex Masters, here they come to the stripe, led by Mayer. There's Francois Brunwebo with 5 to go. That is your Rock Masters leader. And he is checked out on the field. There's Francois off the off the chicane into turn 4. Still Mayer, about a cart length and a half advantage over Scott Roberts. Robert got to look over his right shoulder, and staying right in there with him is the 628 of Scott Roberts. Francois going to come down the front stretch. Continue to be your Rock Masters leader. There's Francois. Yeah, and Robert's staying right there with Robert Mayers. He'll head off the S-turn. Boy, Francois really moving along. He'll work his way through the S-turn. So here they come to the line. Mayer, your leader, running second, Roberts. Those drivers with 4 laps to go. In the meantime, Rock Masters leader. Here comes Francois. He's got 3 to go. There's Francois to the line. 3 laps to go. Francois Brunwebo. Here comes Mayer, still about a cart length advantage. Now Francois, he'll see 2 to go next time by. That'll be your Rock Masters leader. There's Francois, and he's got 2 to go. Rotex Masters leader, Robert Mayer, coming off turn 4, heads up through the S-turn. Scott Roberts staying right with him. Scott, early race leader, gave it up to Robert Mayer. Mayer looking for his first win of the season. And he'll work off the tree turn. So Robert Mayer coming down the front stretch. He'll get 2 to go this time by. There it is, double sticks for Mayer, 2 to go. Here comes Francois Brunwebo. He'll pick up the white flag. Rock Masters leader, there it is. Francois, white flag, 1 to go. And he is checked out on the field. Robert Mayer still holding off Scott Roberts. They'll exit off the S-turn. Now they'll make their way to the tree turn. Mayer with about a cart length and a half lead over Scott Roberts. They'll come to the line. They'll pick up the white flag. 1 to go. That'll be your Rotex Masters. Meantime, Francois will seal the deal. There is your Rock Masters winner, Francois Brunwebo. He'll go wire to wire. Scott Roberts running out of time. Was he going to try to get around Mayer as he looks to the inside? Wheel to wheel to top of the S turn. Still side by side. Roberts with the advantage into the tree turn. Mayer again to the inside. They're going to rub. They're going to bump off the track. Back on is Roberts. Mayer with the advantage. Roberts hammering it down off that final turn. To the line they come. Mayer will score the win. Roberts coming home second. Coy comes home third. What a finish. As Scott Roberts makes the pass coming up in the S turn. And then off the tree turn, Robert Mayer stuffed it in there for his first win of the season. Rock Senior, you're on the grid. Cadet Sportsman, you're pre-grid. Up next, your Race Tech Development, Rotex Jr. And here's how we'll line them up. Inside row 1, the 428, Kyle Kirkwood. Bellinger outside row 1 into 230. Starting third, the 9 of Austin Garrison. Starting fourth, the 222 of Sebastian Sierra. Starting fifth, the 298, Quentin DeBoever. Starting sixth, the 248 of Ryan Norberg. Seventh, it'll be the 338 of Zachary Hancock. Starting eighth, the 12 of Sarah Metcalf. 13th, it'll be Sierra Smith in the 78. Andrew Fountain in the 11X starting 10th. 11th, it'll be the 68 of Colin Schmidt. And starting 12th, the 438 of Tyler Lewis. This is your Race Tech Development. Rotex Jr., 14 laps. Check them out online at racetechdevelopment.com. Take a look at some of their services, kart preparation, chassis tuning, driver coaching. They'll take care of you. Visit them online at racetechdevelopment.com. And we should have a good one right here. Ryan Norberg, starting in the 6th spot, starts this weekend as your points leader. Ryan with a win at Fort Myers. And we're ready to go. Green is up. We're underway. They'll make their way into turn number 1 for the first time. Rock Senior, you're up next. We need Rock Senior to the grid. Cadet Sportsman, that'll be Cadet Sportsman. Need you to the grid. So Kyle Kirkwood, early race leader into turn number 1. Garrison second. Sierra running third. Sebastian has picked up one spot, finished in third in that pre-final. Right now, Sierra being scored in the 3rd spot. Bill coming off the S turn. Bellinger running 4th. Drop back 2 positions for Bellinger. And Bellinger, as I said, being scored fourth. The drop back 2 spots. He's in behind Sebastian Sierra. Now going to make the pass around Sierra through the S-turn. Sel Bellinger picking his way back up into third. Gets around Sebastian Sierra. The field heads up through the S-turn. Good nose-to-tail battle at the top of the S-turn. Kirkwood and Garrison. Garrison in the 9, Kirkwood in the 428. Now up front, brand new leader. That'll be Austin Garrison. So Austin up front. He'll take it away from Kyle Kirkwood as they come to the line. So Austin Garrison, brand new leader. Running second, Kirkwood. Bellinger third. Fourth, it'll be Sierra. Quentin DeBoover running in the top 5. Leaders through the chicane into turn 4. And Bellinger starting this weekend second in the point standings. Outside of race weekend number 2 at Homestead, he's been dynamite as he finished third at Monticello, second at Fort Myers, open up the season, third at Orlando. So it's been a pretty good run for Bellinger, currently running second. And we'll correct that'll be Kirkwood second, Bellinger third. Those drivers now got to work their way to that top of the S-turn. So Garrison continued to be your leader. Kyle Kirkwood, Bellinger. Sebastian Sierra and DeBoovers, they'll all come to the line. Good run going for the 248. That'll be Ryan Norberg, currently being scored 6th, right where he finished in the pre-final. Warning coming out on that. That'll be the 68 of Calvin Schmidt. So 9 laps to go. Really 6 carts up in the battle. They're in the thick of things off the tree turn. Leader's going to come to the line. This time by, it'll be 8 laps to go. It'll be Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger, Sierra, and DeBoover, your top 5. Again, Quentin starting this weekend 14th in the point stand. He's been pretty limited, making his 3rd start of the season. For Quentin, best finish out of the 2 races, 6th at Monticello. A lot of drivers had some success there at Monticello in week 4. And again, Quentin with a 6th place finish there, best run of the season. Here's your leaders to the line. So 7 laps in, 7 to go. Halfway point. It'll be Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger, Sierra, and DeBoover. Ryan Norberg running 6th, Hancock 7th, Metcalf running in the 8th spot. So just over the halfway point, 7 in, 7 to go. Top 3 drivers starting to break away now from 4th running Sebastian Sierra. And Sierra will watch traffic work around him. He'll drop back to 5th. Flip-flop with Quentin DeBoover. So Quentin now in the 4th place position. Sierra back to 6th. We'll correct that, 5th. So your top 5, Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger, DeBoover, and Sierra, top 5. Right now, it is a 3-cart shootout as they make their way to the tree turn. Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger. And that battle, that'll be 4th, 5th, and 6th. DeBoover, Sierra, and Norberg as they continue to move around. Move it up into 4th. That'll be the 22 of Sierra, now 4th. And Sierra DeBoover and Norberg continue to shuffle things around. They'll work their way into the tree turn. Sierra holding on to fourth. Norberg going to make a pass off the tree turn. They'll see if that'll stick, and they make contact. Maybe that was a 48 of Norberg as your leader heads down into turn number 1. That is Ryan Norberg again, who was in that little mix-up there. Norberg will get it back on the track. Yeah, a little hard racing coming off that tree turn. And at one time, we were looking at a 6-cart battle. It's dwindled down to 3, challenging for the win as they come off. Turn 11 to work down the front stretch. 3 laps to go, this time by. Final 3. Sierra going to run solo in that 4 spot in behind him. That'll be Quentin DeBoover in the number 2, 98. Hancock now 6, Metcalf 7, Fountain 8th. Olivia Bellinger turns a 39.455. He did that in lap number 11. Bellinger currently running third as they'll come down the front stretch. We'll get 2 to go, this time by. Kyle Kirkwood going to have to come up with a plan here very soon to go to work on your leader. With just 2 to go as they work off the chicanes into turn 4. Garrison going to hold them off. Now Kirkwood in the middle of the sandwich. Then you got Bellinger. They'll head into the tree turn. We'll pick up the white flag. Kyle Kirkwood, Bellinger going to have to get something going here. They're running out of time. One more trip around as your leader, Garrison, looks over his right shoulder. Garrison with the advantage off turn 1 carries that momentum to the chicane. Again, Garrison holding on to that top position. Kirkwood running second. Now they'll head through the S turn. Kirkwood starting to move around. They'll see if he can reel in your leader. Top of the S turn, they come through that turn. On their way to the tree turn. Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger off the tree turn, nose to tail into turn 9. Final turn, here they come. Kirkwood going to peek to the outside, cannot get enough. They'll come single file to the line. Bellinger will pick up third. I was unable to get around Kirkwood, who finishes second. Austin Garrison will score the win. So it's Garrison, Kirkwood, Bellinger, Sierra, and DeBoover rounding out your top 5. So up next will be Verta Speed Resources. Rock Senior. Hey, check out the website, vertaspeedresources.com. Take a look at some of their services, including track and race support, kart service and maintenance, tuning, driver coaching, kart rentals. For more information, check out the website, vertaspeedresources.com. So, Verta Speed Resource, here's how we'll line them up. Rock Senior, Ashley Rajero on the pole. Outside row one, the 33, Garrett Peterson. Starting third, Eddie Rodriguez in the number 18. Starting fourth, the 26 of Aaron Schmidt. Fifth, it'll be the 135 of Ian Cummings. Sixth, it'll be the 42, Nolan Kelly. And Benjamin Hinkinson in the 49, scheduled to start in the 7th position. Cadet Sportsman, that'll be Cadet Sportsman, you're on the grid. Shifters, ICC, Stock Moto Masters, you are pre-grid. So making their way out, Rock Senior. Verta Speed Resources, Ashley Rajero on the pole. Outside row one will be the 33, that'll be Garrett Peterson. Starting third, Eddie Rodriguez in the 18. Fourth, it'll be the 26 of Aaron Schmidt. Fifth, it'll be Ian Cummings in the 135. Sixth, it'll be Nolan Kelly in the 42. And seventh, it'll be Benjamin Hinkinson in the 49. So we'll get a hot lap. We'll get ready to go. 14 laps. Your Verta Speed Resource Rock Senior. Cadet Sportsman, you are on the grid. Ashley Rajero inside of row number one. Picked up quick time earlier this morning. Then picked up the victory in the 10-lap pre-final. Ashley crossing the line in the pre-final by 3.5 seconds. And she's inside row number one on the pole. So Rock Senior, they'll come off that final turn. Ashley inside row one. They'll get on the gas. We're underway. Ashley going to stay down low. She'll come off turn one as your leader. So good start for Ashley, who works her way through the chicane into turn four. Garrett Peterson going to shuffle back to third as they head up to the top of the S-turn. They're really bunched up third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way back to the back of the field. They continue to move around. A little bit of side-by-side racing coming into that tree turn. Have a little battle on the tail end of the field. Hankinson in the 49, still racing side-by-side. Meantime, Ashley will cycle around for lap number one. That'll be Nolan Kelly in the 42, Benjamin Hankinson in the 49. Being scored 6th and 7th as they head through the chicane. So Ashley quickly opens up at 0.8 of a second advantage. She'll head to the top of the S-turn. Exits the S-turn now, heads to the tree turn. There's Ashley down, nice and smooth. Heads off at turn number 9 into turn 10. Single file traffic. There's Ashley at the line. Ashley with a 1.2 second advantage over Eddie Rodriguez, who is now taking over second. He works around Peterson. So warning coming out on the 42. That'll be Nolan Kelly. Kelly in the 42 on the tail end of the field. So Ashley with 3 laps in. Right now, she's got a 1.5 second advantage at the top of the S turn. Rodriguez, Peterson, second and third. Fourth, it'll be Schmidt. Fifth, it'll be Cummings. Hankinson, sixth. Kelly running seventh. Now that traffic's starting to stretch out. Cadet Sportsman, you're on the grid. Shifters, ICC Stock Moto Masters, you are pre-grid. Four laps in, Ashley turning a 37.431. A 37.431. And that is overall quick time in this race, and I expect them speeds to continue to get quicker. Ashley off the tree turn. And Ashley turning to 37.316. As I said, she'll continue to get quicker and certainly does. In lap 5, 37.316. 2.4 second advantage for Ashley. She'll exit off the top of that S turn. Garrett Peterson unable to gain any ground on second running Eddie Rodriguez. They come off the tree turn. Schmidt running fourth, Cummings running fifth. There's Ashley to the line. 6 laps complete this time by. Again, 14-lap final. Cadet Sportsman, you're on the grid. Garrett Peterson rolling a best lap time, 37.665 for Garrett. Aaron Schmidt turning a 37.476. Doing that in lap number 6. All of a sudden, Garrett Peterson, little company now sneaking up at the back door. That'll be the 26 of Aaron Schmidt. They'll come down the front stretch. Ashley turning a 36.989, gets into the 36-second bracket. Wow, what a lap for Ashley. With 6 laps to go, just rolled a 36.989. And she continued to carry a 4.4 second advantage over second running Eddie Rodriguez. All of a sudden, we got a good battle now for those final 2 spots on the podium. 3 drivers, 2 spots available on the podium. Between Rodriguez, Peterson, and Schmidt, they'll come to the line. There's Ashley now making her way into the tree turn. Good battle behind her. 3 drivers still competing for those 2 final spots on the podium. Eddie Rodriguez doing a very good piece of drive. In the meantime, Peterson will have to fight back as he sees that spot go away. So Peterson will drop back to 4th. Aaron Schmidt running 3rd. Aaron trying to get himself a podium finish this afternoon. 4 laps to go. Ashley with a 5.6 second advantage. So Ashley head to the line. There's your leader. 3 laps to go. Ashley off at turn 1. There's the 18 Machina Rodriguez, still 6.3 seconds behind Ashley. So Ashley Rogero with a 6.3 second advantage over second running Eddie Rodriguez. So they'll continue that battle. Rodriguez, Schmidt, Peterson all battling for those final two positions on the podium. 2 to go. Ashley will see it this time by. 2 laps remaining. And she is definitely checked out on the field. There's Rodriguez. Rodriguez 7 seconds behind your leader. Cadet Sportsman, you're on the grid. Shifters, ICC, Stock Moto, Masters, your pre-grid. There's Ashley off the tree turn. And she'll see the white flag this time by. 1 to go. Final trip, Ashley Rogero into turn number 1. Schmidt keeping the heat on Eddie Rodriguez as they pick up the white flag. Now Schmidt going to look to the inside. He's got room and he'll take it away. So Schmidt now second as he blows through the chicane with Rodriguez in tow. Ashley off the S-turn, 7.8 second advantage for Ashley. It's been a perfect afternoon. Picked up quick time in qualifying, scored the win in the pre-final. She'll seal the deal here in your Rock Senior. Ashley, your winner. Again, that 3-cart battle for the final 2 spots on the podium. Here they come to the line. Schmidt will pick up second. Eddie Rodriguez comes home third. Peterson and Cummings. So get set to go. Your TS Racing Cadet Sportsman. Take a look at the website, tsracing.com. Open up that front page, and you'll be able to shop online at the Superstore. Take a look at some of the sale items. And, of course, rebates on DR carts. They've got it all. Give them a call, 1-800-962-4108. Or better yet, visit them online at tsracing.com. And here's how we'll line them up. Inside row 1, Vincenzo Saraceno in the number 01. Points leader, Matias Ramirez in the 103. In row 2, it'll be the 177 of Aidenkeel, Devin Buteau in the 08. Starting 5th, the 11 of Mayo Livingston. 6th, it'll be Dylan Gennaro in the 18. In the 95, starting 7th, Jake Napper. Zachary Hollinshead will be starting in the 8th spot in the 456. Starting 9th, the 88, Juan Jose Diaz. And starting in the 10th spot, Hunter Padilla in the number 21. Matias Ramirez in row number 1 on the outside. That'll be the 103, current points leader. Couple wins for Ramirez. Saraceno starting this weekend 6th in the point standings. He's on the pole. Saraceno picking up his best finish last month at Monticello, coming home 2nd. And he's got 4 top 10 finishes for Saraceno in the number 10, or correct that, in the 01. Aidenkeel in the 177. Aiden picked up the victory at Monticello, so you got some heavy hitters right there in the top 2 rows. As we are set to go 14 laps, TS Racing, Cadet Sportsman. 14 laps. Shifters, you're up next. Stock Moto, ICC Masters. No start. We'll shake it off. No start. And we'll send them around. Yeah, that'll be the 88 of Juan Jose Diaz. Again, problems continue to plague this young man. Had problems in qualifying earlier this morning. Diaz finishing 9th in the pre-final. And looks like he'll pull up a chair and watch this one from the infield area. And it ended up to be a very good battle for the pre-final, Saraceno and Ramirez. And they are in row number 1. Saraceno in the 0-1, Ramirez in the 103. Couple kids been racing together for quite a long time, both Saraceno and Ramirez. In row 2, the 177 of Aiden Keel coming off a big win last month at Monticello. Keep an eye on him. Finishing 3rd in the pre-final. Devin Buteau, can't count him out in the 08, so you've got some very good drivers sitting up in the top few rows. One of the classes, anybody can get a win here as they'll come to the line. Green is up. We're underway. Saraceno going to stay down low. He'll have the advantage. He'll kick it into turn number 1. Ramirez going to shuffle back to 3rd. Now they'll fight their way into turn number 4. Ramirez going to get that 2nd spot right back on the entry to turn number 4. Look at his side-by-side racing as they make their way to the top of the S turn. Still side-by-side. Finally, single file, still moving around. Saraceno going to look over his right shoulder. Meantime, Devin Buteau will pick up a spot. Keel will backpedal the 4th. Devin Buteau now 3rd. And he'll cycle around for lap number 1. So it'll be Saraceno and Ramirez as they work their way around. Ramirez into 103, Saraceno, your leader, into 0-1. They'll head to the top of the tree turn. There's Saraceno, your leader. Devin Buteau starting to dig up now in the 08. Then you got that pack of traffic coming off at turn 11. They'll work down the front stretch. Now Keel going to get out of line. The 577 going to take a shot at that 4th spot. And he'll take it away. So moving up into 4th will be Keel. That'll be the 177 of Aiden Keel now 4th. He'll take that freight train of traffic up to the top of the S turn. Now Ramirez, your new leader, coming off the tree turn. So Matias hops aboard the top spot. Saraceno running 2nd. Devin Buteau hanging in there, running 3rd. Another good run for Dylan DeNiro, and that number 18 being scored 5th. And Devin Buteau starting this weekend 3rd in the point standings. Devin a winner at race weekend number 2. That was at Homestead. Finished 9th at Monticello in race weekend number 4. Again, him and Ramirez were battling for that top spot. Got hung up in turn 13. And they ended up finishing 9th and 10th, with Buteau finishing 9th, Ramirez finishing 10th. But Ramirez right now on the top spot. Saraceno and Devin Buteau, top 3 drivers. They'll make their way to the S turn. And Aiden Keel finally breaking away from that little log jam of traffic in the 177. Aiden Keel starting this weekend 2nd in the point standings. He's got 4 top 10 finishes, including that win, as I said, at Monticello. All of a sudden, Devin Buteau starting to fade back in the 0-8. Again, like we saw in Monticello, a 2-cart breakaway. This time it'll be Ramirez and Saraceno as they head up to the S-turn. "14-lap final. 9 laps to go with Ramirez, your second different leader. Staying in tow will be Saraceno. Buteau running third. Fourth, it'll be Aiden Keel. Fifth, it'll be Hunter Padilla. So 6 laps in, 8 laps to go. Hunter Padilla got a good run going right now. Hunter picking up his best finish of the season in race weekend number 4. He did that up in Monticello. A lot of these drivers had some good success up there in Monticello last month. And Hunter, one of those, getting his best finish, third last month at Monticello. Right now, he's currently being scored in the 4 spot. That'll be Padilla in the red cart. As your leaders come to the halfway point, 7 in, 7 to go. Ramirez, your leader. Running second, it'll be Saraceno. Battle for third coming into turn number 1. And we'll see that flip-flop now as Hunter Padilla gets around Devin Buteau. So Hunter flex a little muscle coming into that S-turn. Boy, Dylan De Niro, lap 7, turned to 41.735. And right now, Dylan being scored in the 7th position, 3.6 seconds behind your leader. There's your top 2 drivers into turn 4. They'll work their way up through the S-turn, Ramirez and Saraceno. Ramirez starting this weekend as your points leader. There's Ramirez. Saraceno, a little nudge there coming into turn number 10. And Saraceno going to stay all over the back end of Ramirez. Man, what a great run going for Hunter Padilla in that number 21. Currently being scored third for Hunter Padilla. Again, Hunter started 10th in this event and right now being scored third for the 21. So he's picked up 7 positions since the green flag has dropped for the 21 to Hunter Padilla. And he may be trying to lock himself in for yet a second straight race with third place finish. Devin Buteau may have something else to say about that, but Devin again going to have to deal with Dylan De Niro. And Dylan going to make the pass. Meantime, Saraceno getting a run on your leader into turn number 1. And Saraceno snatches the lead away from Ramirez. So brand new leader for the second time. It'll be Saraceno off of turn number 3. Oh, wow, look at that going around sideways. Is the 21 of Padilla, and he gathers it up, keeps it going forward. That cart was cockeyed to the side. He got it going. And Hunter going to hold on the third off the tree turn. I believe that was the 177 of Aiden Keel making a little bit of contact, but everybody coming off there just fine. 3 laps to go this time by. They are shuffling like mad for that third and final spot on the podium. Yeah, remember what happened at Monticello in that final lap. Top 2 drivers got together, so he never counted out. Again, don't want to count them until that checker flag drops. Yeah, right now that battle going to be for that third place position. Hunter Padilla trying to get his second straight third place finish. So here comes Saraceno, going to see 2 to go this time by. Saraceno with a 2-cart length advantage into turn number 1. Hunter Padilla holding on to that 3rd spot, and they got a logjam of traffic in behind him. Man, 3rd place on back, nose to tail. They'll work their way to the chicane. And Saraceno holding on to that top spot. Saraceno, best finish in the Cadet Sportsman 2nd last month, looking for his first win. The guy in behind him, that'll be Ramirez, 2-time winner. White flag up, 1 to go. Saraceno, nose to tail into turn number 1. Ramirez going to peek to the outside. Meantime, Hunter Padilla under the gun for 3rd. And Hunter going to hold them off as they come off through the chicane. Saraceno, your leader through the S-turn. See if Ramirez can make that move as they check off the S-turn. Here they come into the tree turn. Saraceno got a cart length advantage over Ramirez. Looking for his first win. Saraceno going to look over his right shoulder. Last time out, Ramirez swung way up high. Did not make that move this time. And here they come to the line. Saraceno seals the deal. First win. Ramirez coming home 2nd. How about this? Another 3rd place run for Hunter Padilla after dropping back to 4th, coming back to 3rd. And Hunter back-to-back 3rd place finishes. So Saraceno, Ramirez, Padilla, Aiden Keel, and Hollinshead rounded out your top 5. Need Rock Jr., you're on the grid. Tag, you're pre-grid. We're set to go for your Harvest Motorsports, Shifters, ICC, Masters, and Stock Moto. And be sure to go to the website, harvestmotorsports.com. Take a look at some of their services available, including parts, cart packages, driver development. They got it all. Take some time. Check out the website at harvestmotorsports.com. And Kevin Greeno and the guys doing an outstanding job there at Harvest Motorsports. So here's how we'll line them up. 3 combined classes, ICC, Masters, and your stock moto. Nick Neary in the 151 on the pole. Ashley Rajero outside. Ashley coming off a win. Iraq Senior just a couple races back. She'll be outside row 1. Jonathan Kotite starting 3rd. 4th, it'll be the 38 of Oliver Askew. 5th, it'll be Matthew Barnaby, ICC driver. 6th, Ryan Greavy, stock moto. Morgan Healy into 16, starting 7th, stock moto. Farshad Bagheri starting in the 8th spot in the number 5. That'll be ICC driver. Vicky Bryan into 26, stock moto. Matthew Sanford into 24, stock moto. ICC driver Morgan Pagano in the 07, starting 11th. 12th, it'll be the 27, Lawrence Mayer. That is your Masters driver. Chris Gannon into 22, stock moto, and Brian Assel into 71. So this will be your shifters, 3 classes. They'll make their way to the start-finish line. Nick Neary. Again, Nick is your stock moto pole sitter. Again, Nary in the 151, current points leader. 3 feature wins for Nary in the 151. Left hand up, they're ready to go. Green is out, we're underway. Man, a 24, a little crazy, wild start for the 24. Matthew Sanford, stock moto driver. Again, Nary picking up quick time earlier this morning and then scored the overall win. So Nary, early leader, brings the field into turn number 11. Need Rock Jr. That'll be Rock Jr. Need you to the grid. Tag your pre-grid. So again, 3 combined classes. Stock motor, ICC, and your Masters. Nary winning in the pre-final stock moto. ICC, the win went to Matthew Barnaby. And Masters going to Lawrence Mayer. And Ashley Rajero running in the second position. You'll see that go now as they work off the tree turn. That'll be the 38 now of Oliver Askew. Going to scoot up around Ashley for that second spot. Oliver starting this weekend second in the point standings. 3 second place finishes for Oliver. Finished 9th at Monticello. It really wasn't a good weekend for either Nary or Oliver Askew. All those drivers coming off the track before that race was completed. That'll be Askew along with Nick Nary and John Cote. Yeah, they finished Nary 7th, Oliver in the 9th spot, and then it was Jonathan finishing 8th. But a whole different game here at Ocala. Right now, Nary your leader, Oliver running second. Third will be Ashley Rajero as ahead to the line. Top 3 drivers into turn number 1. Oliver Askew rolling a 36.749. He just did it here in lap 4. And right now, Oliver about 0.8 of a second behind Nary off the tree turn. Ashley Rajero, 36.893 in lap 4. So Nary into turn number 1. He'll open it up 0.7 of a second over Oliver. Again, your top 5 stock moto, Nick Nary, Oliver Askew, Ashley Rajero. Johnny Kotick running 4th, 5th. It'll be the 33. Frank Reeve in the 33. Farsha Bagari, your leader in the ICC class. So your top 5 drivers all picking up the pace. Nary 36.571. Oliver 36.572. Wow, what a time for those drivers. Ashley rolls off a 36.754. Jonathan 36.870. Morgan Healy 37.319. How about that? All top 5 drivers that actually picked up the pace on that previous lap. And that'll bring us to the halfway point, this time by 7 in, 7 to go. Nary, your overall leader in the stock moto. Oliver running second. Ashley Rajero third. Jonathan 4th. 5th, it'll be Morgan Healy. ICC, it'll be Gary still your leader, ICC. Morgan Pagano being scored second in the ICC class. Neri with about a 7/10 of a second advantage over Oliver Askew. Couple very good drivers as they make their way down into turn number 1. Morgan Healy picking up the pace, 37.109 here in lap number 8. Again, had a good lap time for Morgan. Vicky Bryant just turned a 37.459, so she's picking up the pace. Vicky currently scored 7th overall in the stock moto. Need Rock Jr., you're on the grid. Tag, you're pre-grid. Once again, as you do conclude your racing for the day, please be sure to return your transponders at scales. Once again, please be sure to return your transponders as you do conclude your racing for the day. Again, as always, top 3 finishers fast time will have podium awards. Juan Diaz, an apparent to scales. Once again, Juan Diaz, an apparent to scales. So 10 laps in, 4 to go. Pretty solid lap number 10 for Neri and Askew. Nick turns a 36.445. Oliver rolls off a 36.496. So again, those two drivers continue to get quicker. Meantime, Oliver about 0.6 of a second behind Nick Neri. And they'll head to the line. 11 laps complete this time by. Oliver with a 36.448. He's a half a second behind Neri. So Oliver Askew continued to chip away at Nick Neri quietly, but he's definitely closing it up. He was about 0.8 of a second several laps ago. Last time by, Oliver was about a half a second behind your leader. They'll come down. 2 laps to go this time by. 0.4 of a second advantage for Neri. So on that last lap, Oliver shaves off 1/10 of a second as they shoot through the chicane. So final lap and a half to go. Nick Neri's led every single lap, your stock moto leader. But Gary, your race leader in the ICC class, they'll come to the line. White flag up, 1 to go. Neri, your leader. Still about a half a second advantage for Neri. He'll head to the chicane for the final time. Neri going to open it up now off the exit of the chicane. But Gary continued to be your ICC leader. So here comes Neri off the tree turn. Got plenty of room now in between him and Oliver. Neri rolls a 36.423 in lap number 13, and he'll seal the deal. There is your stock moto winner, Nick Neri, wire to wire. Oliver will come home in that second spot. Third, it'll be Ashley Rajero. Jonathan will pick up that 4th spot. And a solid run for the 16 of Morgan Healy. Gambagari will pick up the ICC win. There will pick up the Masters win. So there it is, your shifters. So Nick Neri picking up his 4th win of 5 attempts, scores the win. Oliver Askew, man, deuces are wild for Oliver. That is his 4th second place finish of the season for Oliver Askew. Lawrence Mayer picking up his 2nd win of the season. That'll be your Masters winner. Farsha Bagari will pick up his third win in the ICC class. Rock Jr., you're on the track. Tag, you're pre-grid. And we'll need Mini Rock to the grid. That'll be Mini Rock. We'll need you to the grid, Mini Rock. So coming up next, your Orlando Kart Center, Rock Jr. And check them out online, orlandokartcenter.com. Of course, they've got the Arrive and Drive program. Again, you want to stop over there and see Andre over there at the Orlando Kart Center. And got the concession carts, got the Rock Cup. That's coming up there in Orlando next month. Yeah, don't forget, this year, Rock Cup USA will send 4 drivers to Italy to represent the United States and compete in the Rock Cup International Final. Winners of the Rock Cup USA category will take place in Orlando August 17th through the 19th. Will receive a fully funded entry, include travel, accommodations, equipment rental, for the 2013 Rock Cup International Final. You can check them out online at rockcupusa.com. So here's how we'll line them up. Rock Jr. inside row 1, Ryan Norberg in the 48. Outside, it'll be Kyle Kirkwood in the number 28. Starting third, the 492 of Austin Garrison. Starting fourth, the 21, Sasha Braun-Weibo. Fifth, it'll be the 11 of Colin Warren. Sixth, it'll be the 222 of Sebastian Sierra. Starting seventh in the number 7, Devin Bowerman. Need tag, you're on the grid. Tag, Mini Rock, you're pre-grid. Yeah, don't forget to keep up with the series. Visit the website, flwksprintseries.com. Keep up with all the news making, all the point standing, schedule. It's all right there. Take some time, visit the website, flwksprintseries.com. So the field will cycle around lap number 1, Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle coming from outside of row number 1 will be your early leader. Norberg running second, Garrison third, Sasha running fourth, Sierra currently running fifth. So Sebastian has picked up a spot. And he'll see that go by the wayside coming into the S-turn. That'll be Colin Warren making the pass. So Kirkwood, Norberg, Garrison, Sasha Braun-Weibo. So Colin Warren, right where he left off, started in the 5th spot, dropped to 6th. He's right back in the top 5. Kyle Kirkwood, 38.988 on this last lap. Garrison, 38.984. You got a good little battle off the top of that S-turn. 4 drivers, all nose to tail. They'll exit off that S-turn into the tree turn. They come with Kirkwood, your leader. Norbert Garrison, Sasha Brand-Weibo. They'll come down that straightaway, led by Kyle Kirkwood into turn number 1. Every one of these drivers just picked up their lap time. Starting out with your leader, Kyle Kirkwood, 38.948. Norbert, 38.759. Garrison, 38.863. Sasha, 38.910. So top 4 drivers in that 38-second bracket. So 4 drivers currently battling for the top 3 spots on the podium. Keep an eye on the 11. That'll be Colin Warren. Right now, Colin 2.6 seconds behind your leader, currently running 5th. Definitely gaining some ground for the 11 of Colin Warren. Mark Thomas, the scales. Mark Thomas, please come the scales. Tag, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, you're pre-grid. So it's follow the leader off the tree turn. That leader, Kyle Kirkwood, into 28. Started outside of row number 1. Tell you the way Norbert Kirkwood and Austin Garrison, they finished that pre-final within a half a second, separating those top 3 drivers. Again, back to the 3rd place finisher of Austin Garrison. So again, they're right where they left off. Leaders exited off the tree turn, led by Kyle Kirkwood. Norberg running 2nd, Garrison and Sasha Brand-Weibo. So they'll make their way to the line. 8 laps to go. 6 laps in the books. Sasha Brand-Weibo on that 21 starting to fade back right now. 1.3 seconds behind your leaders. And all of a sudden, Colin Warren, little company sneaking up on the back end of him. Now that'll be the 7 of Devin Bowerman. Bowerman reeling in the 11 of Colin Warren. A little race for 5th off of turn 1. Sasha Brand-Weibo continue to drop back 1.7 seconds behind your leaders. So it'll be Kirkwood, Norberg, and Garrison off the top of the S-turn. 7 in, 7 to go. Halfway point, it'll be Kirkwood, Norberg, Garrison, Sasha Brand-Weibo 4th. 5th, it'll be Colin Warren. Bowerman 6th, Sierra 7th. Here comes Kirkwood. He'll head to the line. And Devin Bowerman keeping the heat on Colin Warren. They'll work their way through the chicane. Running 3rd is Austin Garrison. He's now starting to fall back. He's 0.8 of a second out of the top spot. You see Garrison off the tree turn, currently running 3rd. 0.8 of a second behind your leader. He looks like he's dropping back. They'll make their way to the line. 5 laps to go, this time by. Definitely Garrison, 0.8 of a second behind your leader, being scored 3rd. Sasha, 2 seconds behind your leader, being scored 4th. Ryan Norberg in lap 9 rolls a 38.280. That's overall quick time in this race. 38.280 by Ryan Norberg in that second spot. Norberg about 2 kart lengths behind your leader as they'll work their way to the start-finish line. 4 laps to go. Knee tag, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, your pre-grid. Final 2 to go, this time by Kirkwood, Norberg, Garrison, your top 3. Sasha running 4th, Devin Bowerman running 5th, Cowan running 6th, Sierra running 7th. Yeah, Norberg about a kart length behind your leader, Kyle Kirkwood. Norberg started on the pole. Kirkwood started outside of row number 1. Kirkwood jumped out to that early lead, and he has had it pinned there pretty much the entire race. And he's got to do it one more time. He'll come down the front stretch. Got a decent lead to the line. Kyle Kirkwood will pick it up. 1 to go. He'll head down into turn number 1 with a 0.3 of a second advantage. Knee tag, you're up next. So Kyle Kirkwood heads up the S turn. Ryan's trying to reel him in at the top of the S turn. Norberg still staying with him. Now they'll separate by about a kart length off the tree turn. Off the tree turn they come, led by Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle working his way into turn 10. He'll make his way into turn 11. He'll exit off that final turn. He'll make his way to the line. Kirkwood seals the deal. That's your Rock Junior winner. Norberg coming home second. Garrison third. Sasha Brunweibel fourth. Bowerman fifth. Cowan Warren sixth. And Sierra will pick up 7th. So coming up next will be your Riser Racing tag. Take some time, check out the website, riserracing.com. Official dealer Burrell, Easy Kart. Of course, check out some of the pre-owned items they've got. Great products. It's all right there online. Check them out, riserracing.com. And here's how we'll line them up. Your tag class, Dustin Strauss on the pole in the 71. Outside row 1, Jonathan Kotek in the number 03. Starting third, the 199 of Brandon Sellier. Fourth, it'll be Jacksonville driver Corey Tolles in the 04. Fifth, it'll be Zeb Davis in the number 2. Starting 6th, the 61, Lewis Satterley. Starting in the 7th spot, Jason Devine will be in the number 29. Starting 8th, Mark Thomas in the 86. Hunter Hodges starting in the 9th spot. Starting 10th, it'll be Matt Blair in the 47. Starting 11th, Corinne Olson Hodges in the 0. And the 25, Mike Andrews Jr. Jonathan starting this weekend as your points leader. 3 top 3 finishes. Got a win in Orlando, 2nd place at Homestead. Picked up 2nd at Fort Myers. Outside row 1, Jonathan is your points leader. Brandon Sellier picked up a win at Fort Myers. Brandon in row number 2. We are going to go racing. Green is out. Dustin going to hang tough. Takes him through the chicane. Mini Rock, you're on the grid. Mini Rock, we need you on the grid. Pre-grid, Shifter Jr. And Brandon getting a little antsy there, going to work on Jonathan. He'll come off that final turn 11. Corey Tolles in the 0-4. Zeb Davis in the number 2. Zeb getting his best finish last month at Monticello, coming home 3rd. Zeb Davis starting this weekend 5th in the point standings. So up front, it'll be your race leader, the 71. Dustin Strauss. Dustin making his 4th start of the season. You remember, he picked up the victory at Monticello. So this kid's been on a pretty good tear, and you really go back to what he did at Fort Myers. He picked up 3rd at Fort Myers in race weekend number 3, and then picked up the win in race weekend 4 at Monticello. Making his 4th start of the season. It was a disaster at Homestead, finished 15th, but ever since that race at Homestead, he's been on the money. 3rd and a 1st place victory, and right now he's up front off the tree turn. Jonathan running in that 2nd spot. Brandon running 3rd. Corey Tolles and Zeb Davis, your top 5. Corey Tolles making his 3rd start of the season. Raced with us down at Homestead. Finished 4th at Homestead, 4th at Monticello. And wouldn't you know it, Corey Tolles currently being scored 4th as he makes his way through the S-turn. So there's your leader. Strauss across the line. Continue to hold on to that top position. Lewis Satterley currently being scored in the 6th spot, right where he finished in the pre-final. Lewis opening up the weekend 8th in the point standings. Lewis making his 4th start of the season. His best finish 10th. He did that twice. 10th at Orlando, 10th at Homestead. Finished 12th at Fort Myers. Did not race at Monticello. So Lewis Satterley making his 4th start of the season. Currently being scored 6th. Nine laps to go. We've seen 1 leader so far. That's the 71. Strauss continued to hold about a 9/10 of a second advantage over Jonathan. Brandon running 3rd. Brandon currently 1.7 seconds behind your leader. Looks like 4s are going to be wild for Corey Tolles, currently being scored in the 4th spot. 5th, it'll be Zeb Davis. Lewis Satterley, 6th. Jason Devine running in the 7th position. Jason Devine keeping the heat on Lewis Satterley as they come down the front stretch. And Jason Devine in behind Lewis Satterley. Those drivers going to work their way into tree turn. That'll be battling for sixth. Jason, 3 top 10 finishes this season. Best finish at Homestead, coming home 8th. Coming off a 10th-place run at Monticello. So just over the halfway point, 7 in, 7 to go. Your one and only leader. Dustin Strauss continue to hold on to that top spot right now with a full second advantage over Jonathan. Jonathan started outside row 1, currently being scored second. Brandon Saylor running third. Corey Tolles fourth. Zeb Davis fifth. Satterley sixth. Devine running seventh. Eighth. It'll be Hunter Olson Hodges. Corinne Olson running in the 9th spot. Mike Andrews Jr. running 10th. Matt Blair 11th. He'll flip-flop now. That'll be Mark Thomas will take over 11th. Blair into the 12th spot. And Ricky Brooks running 13th. And Jonathan clicking off a pretty good lap time in lap number 9. Thursday, 37.568. 37.568. Corey Tolles with a 38.044 in lap number 9. Mike Andrews, lap 9, 38.585. So you got a couple drivers picking up the pace. Traffic really stretching out now. Dustin off that final turn 11. He'll head down the front stretch. What a run for this kid. Right now, Dustin with a 1.3 second advantage over Jonathan. Brandon Sellier running third, 3.1 seconds behind your leader. Corey Tolles running in the 4th position. Right now, Corey 6.4 seconds behind your leader. Zeb Davis 5th. He's 7.8 seconds out of the top spot. So 3 laps to go. 1.3 second advantage now for Dustin. Mini Rock, you're up next. Get him ready. That'll be Mini Rock Shifter Jr., your pre-grid. Again, please be sure to return your transponders once you do conclude your racing for the day. Again, those drivers, top 3 finishes fast time. We will have podium awards that will take place in the grid area. Again, you must be in your racer suit for photos. Top 3 fast time. We'll have podium awards once we conclude all of our racing. And 2 laps to go. Dustin just rolled off a 37.414. And that is overall quick time in this race, 37.414. Dustin with a 1.5 second advantage now over Jonathan. And again, these drivers are going to probably settle this little race here exactly the way they started it. Dustin started on the pole. Jonathan outside row 1. He's running second. Brandon running third. He started third. Corey Toll started 4th. He's being scored 4th. 5th, it'll be Zeb Davis, who started 5th. So final circuit, 1 to go. Your race leader with a 1.6 second advantage. There's Dustin, nice and smooth off the tree turn for the final time. And he'll bring it home. Checker flag in hand. He'll go wire to wire. Dustin Strauss will pick up your tag win. Coming home second, Jonathan Kotick. Finishing third, Brandon Saylor, Corey Tolles, and Zeb Davis. So Orlando Kart Center, Mini Rock, Vincenzo Saraceno on the pole in the 10. Ramirez outside, row 1. Matias in the 103. Aiden Keel in the 55 starting third. Fourth, it'll be the 11 of Mayo Livingston. Starting fifth, the 139, that'll be Ian Keel. Sixth, it'll be Dylan De Niro in the 418. Juan Diaz scheduled out in the 88th to start 7th. Allenshead will start in the 8th spot. Ruben Gillett starting 9th in the 21. Landon Kelly in the 00 starting 10th. Felipe Bartz in the number 24 scheduled in the 11th spot. Once again, special thanks to George and all the crew here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Appreciate all your hard work and another successful weekend here at the Ocala Grand Prix. Getting ready to wrap up race weekend number 5. Of course, special thanks to all of our staff with the Florida Karting Championship Series. We'll move on to Jacksonville in August. And be sure to go to the website, flwksprintseries.com. And keep up to date with all the news, point standings, everything you need to know. It's right there. And we are ready to go. Green, it's out. We're underway. Saraceno gets a pretty good run on the entry to turn 1. He'll have the advantage. So Saraceno, your early race leader. So again, there will be no start. Saraceno, and obviously officials not happy with that. So we'll get them tightened up. Second attempt at the start, Saraceno Ramirez. Now to pick up the green. They'll make their way down into turn number 1. Saraceno with that slide advantage. They'll come off of turn number 1. Good side-by-side battle for third through the chicane. Once again, once you do conclude your racing for the day, please be sure to return your transponder at Scales. Those drivers, top 3 finishes, fast time, will have podium awards. Once we wrap up all of our racing, must be in your racer suit for photos. So Mini Rock, Saraceno, your early leader. Ramirez second. Running third will be Aiden Keel. Shifter Jr., you're on the grid. That'll be Shifter Jr. So things starting to bunch up now at the top of the S turn. Saraceno, Ramirez, Keel, and Mayo Livingston. They'll work their way to the tree turn. Now Keel going to go to the inside of Ramirez. And he'll take that spot away. So Keel now gets that spot away from Ramirez. Good move there for Aiden Keel. He'll go to work now on Saraceno. Side-by-side Ramirez trying to get that spot right back. Brand new leader. That'll be Aiden Keel. He'll snatch it away. Keel up to the top of the S turn. There's your new leader. So Keel takes it away. He'll take the field into the tree turn. Saraceno Ramirez, second and third. Then it'll be the 11 of Mayo Livingston. Dylan Gennaro, another solid run for Dylan, currently being scored 5th. So they'll head to the line. It'll be Keel, Saraceno, Ramirez, Livingston, and Dylan Gennaro, your top 5. Good tight battle, top 3 drivers. Keel, Saraceno, and Ramirez off turn 4. Yeah, it looked like Ramirez and Saraceno about to push themselves into the inside of Keel. And wisely backed out of it early on in this race, just 3 laps in. Ramirez up around Saraceno. That'll put him in second. And they'll come to the line. 4 laps complete this time by. They'll head down into turn number 1. Keel, Ramirez, and Saraceno. Now Ramirez going to go to the inside hill, bring Saraceno right with him. So in exchange for the top spot, it'll be Ramirez, Saraceno, and Keel. Top 3 drivers off turn 4. So brand new leader at the top of the S turn. That'll be Ramirez. Gotta like the way Ramirez and Saraceno, these guys have been racing together all weekend long. And they're right back at it. Top 2 drivers. Again, Saraceno running second. Stays right in the meat of the sandwich with Ramirez in front of him, Keel in behind him. So 9 laps to go, 5 laps in. Ramirez, Saraceno, Keel, Mayo Livingston currently being scored 4th. Dylan Gennaro right now in the top 5. Saraceno driving it hard, trying to work around him. He's going to push Ramirez all the way into turn 10. Mayo Livingston flying solo in the 11. A good little race there. That'll be the 418, Dylan Gennaro along with Diaz. That'll be 5th and 6th off turn 1. That's been a good battle. They'll move around now for position. Two leaders off the top of the S turn. They'll make her way to the tree turn. Ramirez, Saraceno, and Keel. Running solo 4th. That'll be Mayo Livingston. Then you got 5th and 6th, pretty well nose to tail. Dylan Gennaro and Diaz. We'll pick up the halfway sign this time by. So 7 in, 7 to go. They'll make their way into turn 1. It'll be Ramirez, Saraceno, Keel, Livingston, Dylan Gennaro. 6 through 10. It'll be Diaz, Hollinshead, Grillett, Ian Keel, Landon Kelly, and running 11th will be Bartz. So 7 down, 7 to go. Shifter Jr., you're up next. Yeah, and those drivers, top 3 finishes, fast time. We will have podium awards. Again, you must be in your racer suit for photos. So Ramirez, Saraceno, and Keel. You see Saraceno tapping the back of that helmet, trying to get a little bit of help from Keel. Those top 3 drivers will work their way as they snake their way through the chicane. And lap number 8, Ramirez turns a 40.999. How about this, Saraceno? Lap 8. We'll correct that, lap 8 for both of those drivers, 40.998 for Saraceno. Aiden Keel in lap 7 had a 40.996. So you talk about these drivers being right there. Lap 8, Ramirez, 40.999. In lap 8, Saraceno, 40.998. And lap 7, Aiden Keel running third, turned to 40.996. So they are really close. As Keel will make his move now around Saraceno up to that second spot. So we'll see if Keel's got enough to get around hot shoot of Ramirez as they'll head to the line. 4 laps to go. Now we'll see if Saraceno can help Keel get to Ramirez. They head off turn 4. The S turn they come. They'll head to the very top. We'll see if Saraceno and Keel can get something together. Try to work their way around Ramirez. They'll exit off the tree turn. Top 3 drivers. Been a solid run for Mayo Livingston, running in the 4th spot. And Mayo's pretty well flying solo the entire race. Nobody really around to contend with Mayo Livingston. So 3 laps to go. Ramirez, Keel, and Saraceno, top 3 drivers. Now Keel with Saraceno sneaking up on Ramirez. They brought him in as they work their way to the tree turn. Ramirez going to feel the footsteps. Keel looks behind him. Stays all over the back end of Ramirez. Lap 11, Keel turns a 40.968 with 2 to go, and he's going to go to the inside. He's got the room, he's got the advantage, and he's got the lead. Going to bring Ramirez to that 2nd spot. Saraceno had the door shut on him, could not get around for that 2nd position. Now Ramirez going to go on the attack mode at the top of the S turn. It's Keel, Ramirez, and Saraceno all battling for the win. They'll come off the tree turn. Again, you talked about some of the times. Saraceno lap 12, 40.925. These guys have been evenly matched as they come to the line. White flag, 1 to go. Keel going to go to the inside. Was that the right move? And it'll get him into the top spot and hold on to it. As he holds on to the lead, brings Saraceno right with him. Ken Keel really went to the inside early. And he's going to be attacked now as they head up to the top of the S turn. That'll be Saraceno doing the hunting on the leader. Keel off the S turn to the tree turn. Saraceno trying to work him over. Off the tree turn they come. Keel, your leader. Saraceno running second. Ramirez going to shoot for second. And he's going to rub a little bit. Here they come to the line. Keel going to look over his shoulder. He'll pick up the win. Saraceno coming home second. Ramirez third. Mayo picking up 4th. And Diaz rounding out your top 5. Wow, what a finish. This will be your shifter junior. Olivia Bellinger in the 5. Austin Garrison in the 77. Kyle Kirkwood in the 48. So Kyle will make his way to his spot in row number 2. Left hand up, green is up. We're underway as they'll head into turn number 1. All of a sudden, we got a good little battle off the get-go. Bellinger and Austin Garrison at turn number 1. It's Garrison, Bellinger, Kyle Kirkwood. They'll work their way down the front stretch. Garrison with a 37.317. Kirkwood 37.286. Need Humberto Peretta to scales with your transponders. Humberto, please return your transponder. So field cycling around. Garrison still your leader. Kirkwood and Bellinger, they'll work off at turn number 1. Humberto Peretta, please return your transponder. So be looking at the halfway point right now. It's Austin Garrison, Bellinger, Kyle Kirkwood. They'll make their way to the S-turn. It's been a pretty good 3-car race. out of the Shifter Junior. So 6 laps to go. Austin Garrison, your leader. Bellinger and Kyle Kirkwood. Once again, those drivers with top 3 finishes, fast time. We will have podium awards once we do conclude our racing for the day. You must be in your racer suit for photos. Once again, you must be in your racer suit for photos. It can be top 3 and fast qualifier. We'll have your presentations once we do conclude our racing for the day. Again, be sure to go to the website, flwksprintseries.com, as we'll make our final stop in August at Jacksonville. So Austin Garrison still in command. These drivers, they continue to pick up the pace as they come by. Here it is, lap number 10. Garrison, 37.009. Bellinger, 36.898. And Kyle Kirkwood rolls off a 36.906. They all did it here in lap number 10. So they continue to pick up the pace. Good to see the junior shifter class get. It'll make these guys very good when they hop up into the other classes in shifters. And they're doing an outstanding job moving right along. So 11 laps complete this time by Garrison, your leader. Austin Garrison, 36.947 in lap number 11. And he cannot get enough. He may be able to pick up the pace, but he cannot get away from Olivia Bellinger. Good solid run for Bellinger. Kyle Kirkwood, second and third as they'll head to the line. There it is, 2 to go. This time by final 2 trips. Boy, Bellinger keeping the heat on Garrison as they'll head into the S-turn. Once again, final event of the afternoon. Those drivers, top 3 finishes in fast time. We will have podium awards that will take place at the grid area. And we'll see the white flag this time by. It'll be 1 to go. Here comes Austin Garrison to the line. He'll see the white flag, 1 to go. Bellinger looking to the inside. Not enough room to get by as they make their way through the S-turn. Garrison and Bellinger, 1-2 as they come into turn number 4 to the S-turn. Now side by side at the top of the S-turn. They're going to get together. Your top 2 drivers wadded up on the top of the S-turn. Thank you, but I will take this win, says Kyle Kirkwood. And he'll bring it home. There it is. Never give up. Kyle Kirkwood will score the win in your junior shifters. Not the way he wanted to end. They'll get him untangled. Trying to get him fired up for that second spot. And they'll get them both going. Unbelievable as they got together. Ballinger and Garrison at the top of the S turn. And there's the 77 of Garrison. And Ballinger now going to make their way around, but Kyle Kirkwood will score the win. Tammy Barnes to timing and scoring. Tammy Barnes to timing and scoring.